What's up, table tennis nerds? Welcome back to the Limittless channel. This is Road to 1750 TTR, episode 16. I'm training with Mirzet here. We got in touch when he came to our training group, and yeah, long time in the coming. We wanted to meet and train, so this was the session. His club is in Brücken, TTC Brücken, I guess. Yeah, have a nice big place to train. We played forehand, middle, forehand, backhand, and backhand, middle, backhand, forehand as exercises on that day. Really cool exercises too. You have a lot in there and have to switch backhand, forehand all the time and a lot of footwork, which is good. And yeah, it's very interesting because during our sets that we played, I think we discovered that we have the same problems for the most part, which was super interesting. He had 6 serves, and yeah, I could cause trouble for him with my serves, and the other way around. And yeah, we talked a lot about the thing that we are good when we attack. Sorry for the camera angle. The camera was slightly getting into another position. I don't know if somebody touched it or what happened. So I also could not use all of the footage. But yeah, we talked a lot about that once we have the courage to really attack a ball, if there's the opportunity to, we always, most of the time, we make the point. And if you play overly secure and push one time too much, and then the other guy would get the point. So it's really about the mindset. It's about training your third ball attack and also training to receive aggressively when you have the chance to. And yeah, again, it felt like somebody telling me my own problems when he said like, I'm too passive sometimes, and yeah, it's very interesting. I think also that's what the higher level players, they're so good at this. When you give them the opportunity for a good third ball attack, they really go at it. Again, he varied with his reverse pendulum serve, and I didn't see the spin well. Yeah, that's it. I just push a little too long, a little too high, and he goes for the kill. That's what we should do. Also here, the first one that decides to attack, because if we stand well, we have quite solid attacks, as you see here all the time. And yeah, that gets the point or opens up the open game, which is fine too. Yeah, I readjusted the camera. And also it's super interesting because most of my training partners, I try to play with good people, with people that have my level, or of course better. That's the best if I have people that are better than me. And I can tell you the difference. I may be at the same level as some of the players I train with, but they are more experienced. So most of the time when we start playing, like in the first sets, I mostly lose because it takes them less time to adjust to me than the other way around. That's I think super interesting too. But that's totally logical, because just the lack of experience against different types of players, different styles of play, different spin, different placement, different speed of the strokes, and so on. It all changes. That's why adaptation is so important in table tennis. Jože always preaches that. Yeah, open play. That's a big one that is in my mind right now. I will talk about it more later in this video. Is the transition between backhand and forehand. And so often I'm in a backhand stance, and that's fine. I'm backhand oriented, and that's good. Especially at the beginning stage when I receive. I want to receive with backhand. And my serve systems also for my third ball attack now. See here again, I wasn't ready for the forehand. So yeah, I want to serve and then open also with my backhand. That's really my game. So, but in the open game, I must be able to switch from backhand to forehand better. So already started training. I will see that later in a minute, I guess. Where I play a lot from the middle. So I have to decide in a short in a short time period, in a split second, if I want to play backhand or forehand, what's better. And if I want to play forehand, I need to step or jump around a little bit, bring my right leg back, and get ready, load up for the forehand. This is something Thomas and I, we do a lot these days, which is chopping topspin block exercise. And this is really good, really good for the feeling. It's good to learn to open against backspin, which is with the forehand still very weak in my game. I don't go down enough, I don't stay loose enough, and if I get tired, here it looks good because it was the beginning of the session, but if I get tired, it gets so bad. Backhand still works, but forehand then doesn't work. Yesterday I trained against a defender at the end of the training, and we played, and oh, it was horrible. I couldn't open with the forehand anymore. But yeah, that also shows that I use too much power, still way too much power. And yeah, here's the example. We go over we play a spin, but we start always middle of the table and relatively close to the table. And there you could see it. I was stepping around well, so my forehand is good here again. But so often I don't manage to do it. I think this is a brilliant exercise. You can also do one guy blocks just middle, and the other guy goes back and forth in topspins, or even counter. If you're a beginner, you can do that with back and forth and counter. It's just about the positioning and the footwork, you know. So that's why this exercise is brilliant. Here we go again with the chop topspin exercise. Also switching between backhand and forehand side. As you can see, this is so good for everything. And also you have to move the whole time, because a block, a chop, and a topspin, it's so different from the positioning. Yeah, here, oh my god, I love this so much. We did mostly in this session. We did, like, my thing was backspin serve. Thomas pushes. I push again. He opens in my backhand, and I try to chop block, and then we play free. So it's positional sparring. And for me, it was this. I do this backhand serve from the forehand side, and Thomas pushes me wherever he wants, and I have to open the game. See, here I train my chop blocks, and here I train my third ball opening with, mostly it's a backhand ball that comes. Here it's a forehand ball, which is fine. And I also can combine this with what I said before, with stepping around for the forehand properly. And yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment, guys. Here again, I think if I make space for the forehand, if I step and have enough space, the quality of my forehand is okay, but so often I don't do that. So here again, I serve, he pushes, I push, he opens, and I chop block. So this is really good, and it's so much fun. In this session I was super tired, but this was great because it fired me up, and it's such a dynamic way of practicing the sport. And it reminds me of jiu-jitsu a lot, where we did a lot of positional sparring like this, and where you can really focus on specific game situations and specific, in this case, strokes you want to train and tactics. It's so great. I love it. Here again, boom, chop block, and Thomas needs to adjust. And also, of course, because I don't want to be only chop blocking as somebody topspins in my backhand, because I have a good punch like here, I included that too. So sometimes I chop block, sometimes I punched. And here I wanted to block the first one to the wide backhand side, so Thomas has to step around, and the second one for the point and to the forehand side, which was also another focus then. Same exercise, other focus. I can really highly recommend you to train like this. It's a game changer. Again, and the openings again. And this is what you need in game. First 3 balls. Guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And also, if you want to train more, have an ambitious group, a coach, a good surrounding, a good hall, make sure you come to our training group. You can do a trial class anytime, no problem. And also, if you need rubbers or whatever you need for your table tennis hobby, you can order it at TT Store and get a nice 20% discount. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.